When a beloved TV show comes to an end, it's almost as if we're going through a breakup. We've bonded, laughed, and cried with these characters as they've grown in front of our very eyes, and then they basically ghost us and continue on with their imaginary lives. But in honor of the good times, we're reminiscing about all the shows that ended in 2019. What's up, y'all? It's Emil Ennis Jr. back here on Clevver News, and don't worry, this is not going to be some sob fest about how I'm depressed, because I'll never get to see Jon Snow and his luscious locks in action again. So think of it as more of a nostalgic stroll down memory lane. So let's get right into it, shall we? Speaking of Jon Snow, the 8-season-long run of Game of Thrones came to an end over the summer, and it actually left fans more angry rather than sad. But as a whole, this show brought some of the best television and Sunday night memories to date. The Big Bang Theory ended in spring this year, and after 12 seasons of growing with this gang of nerds, Amy got a makeover, she and Sheldon won the Nobel Prize, and we still don't know Penny's last name. The main takeaway, though, came during Sheldon's Nobel Prize speech, in that this group of weirdos has become more than just that, they've become a family. But speaking of dysfunctional families, the ladies of Litchfield Penitentiary said their final farewells as the 7th season of Orange is the New Black came to an end in July of this year. The story left us with some happy endings, some sad, but the biggest takeaway from season 7 is the introduction into the world of immigration, deportation, and ICE detention centers, which gave viewers a shocking look at the real-life nightmare the US is currently going through. The last season managed to combine its beloved and sometimes funny group of inmates and their stories with everyday social injustices, which made for a fitting end to a great series. And one of our favorite characters finally said goodbye to the Oval Office earlier this spring. HBO's popular comedy series Veep concluded its 7th season by coming full circle with Selena Meyer, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, securing her spot as president. Veep will forever live on in the hearts of millions. Veep creator Armando Iannucci retweeted photos of the cast along with its massive list of achievements through the years, but the most important, one family. The quirky and unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt was also put to rest in 2019. The show starring Ellie Kemper and Titus Burgess went on for 4 seasons and ended in January. Viewers were pleasantly surprised with the ending that resulted in Kimmy's K.C. Schmidt novels becoming inspiration for a new theme park, and on opening day, Kimmy cut the ribbon to a Green-Mulax roller coaster ride, which is just perfection. Jane the Virgin also ended exactly the way fans hoped, with Jane getting her happy ending. The 5-season-long run concluded with Jane marrying her on-again, off-again boyfriend Raphael, and she even sold her novel detailing the story of her life for a whopping $500,000. Although the show will be missed, we really couldn't think of a more perfect conclusion. And then we have Shadowhunters. Devastated doesn't even do fans' reaction to the show's cancellation justice because of the hard-fought battle they put up to reboot the show after its 3-season run that ended in 2018. Freeform canceled the series, but they did order 2 extra episodes to properly conclude the story. I've got to hand it to the fans for writing letters to the show's creators and even going as far as buying a billboard that displayed in Times Square. I seriously can't make this stuff up, you guys. But on a lighter note, I never thought I would see the day when Modern Family came to an end, and I'm legitimately sad I won't get to see Phil Dunphy's antics any longer. The series ended by following a year in the family's journey as told through each of their birthdays, and resulting in the birth of Haley's twins, and a new generation was born. And finally, Broad City was one of those hidden gems that if you were lucky enough to tune in from the beginning, you really couldn't get enough of. The show resided on Comedy Central and was full of dry humor and crazy antics, but the show ended in March after 5 successful seasons. Oh, and the finale concluded with its 2 heroines dragging a $10,000 Japanese toilet across the Brooklyn Bridge. Although this scene was metaphorical for the endless possibilities and unplanned adventures of life, the inseparable pair end off becoming separated as they move on to bigger and better things. I mean, that's life for you. But that concludes our list of shows ending this year, but I've also got to hand it to The Good Place, Empire, Criminal Minds, Arrow, and Supernatural that are also closing the curtains after gifting us with some seriously epic television. So while I figure out what I'm going to be binge watching next, I want to know which show you were most upset to see ending and which shows you hope reboot in the future. So get to talking right down here in the comment section below. And then click right over here for another new video. And before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you're up to date on all the latest news. I'm your host, Emil Ennis Jr., and I'll see you next time.